I love when I get the opportunity to create beautiful designs, and I like to make it as realistic as possible. Hello, thanks for stopping by. Today I'd like to share how I created this beautiful under the sea baby shark themed cake. I love when I get the opportunity to create beautiful designs, and I like to make it as realistic yes, as realistic as possible. And so if you're familiar with baby shark show on TV, it does have a lot of under the sea characters, and I try to represent those characters on the cake. For the topper, I designed the cake topper and the baby shark and his family members using my Cricut design space. Was able to print out, I did print out all these images and had the Cricut cut out the exact shape. I was able to get these exact replicas of what you would see under the sea in animation using fondant molds. And so I have several fondant molds here. This I used for the seaweed or seagrass, and this was what I used to create the red crab, and also these to create all the other characters that are on the cake. So just briefly, I'd like to show how to create one of these little characters. This is going to be the crab, and I'll just be showing how that was achieved. I have red fondant here, which I have added a bit of CMC to, and also we'll be using a bit of corn flour. The corn flour is to prevent the fondant from getting stuck in the mold. So just gently putting a bit of fondant into the mold and using my rolling pin to press or roll the fondant. So because this character has very detailed body parts in terms of the crab legs, you would need to go in gently and fill in all the little spaces. Go over as many times with your rolling pin, and using an X-Acto knife, gently scrape off the excess. And make sure the pattern of the mold can be seen. Okay, now you can see the fondant is in the mold, and I have, as much as possible, as best as I can, scraped out the excess fondant. Gently peel off this using my craft mat. Gently peel it off, and there you have your little crab. Now, to add more definition to the crab, I have my black fondant, which I'll be using for the eyes. So thinly roll out your black fondant, and I have these circular cutouts or cutters to make cutouts, and I'll be placing these cutouts on the crab's eye, and there you have your little crabbies. So we can create a white shell. This reminds me of when I was younger, going to the beach and picking up shells, different kinds of shells. There's this myth that says when you put a seashell against your ears, you actually hear the sound of the sea. That's something I need to find out if it's a fact or a myth. And this is the seashell. Next, we will create the starfish. I love visiting the aquarium because you get to see these sea creatures in their natural habitat. Make sure you get all the little sides filled up and cleaned up. That's the starfish, and it pops right out. Let's do the seahorse. If it's sticky, remember, put a bit of corn flour, roll, and cut out the excess. You can always make this ahead of time, like a day before you do the main decoration, so that frees you up. And that's your seahorse. You can get creative, mix up a bit of color, because sea creatures are actually very colorful, you know. And that's your shell. These molds are available for purchase in any store that sells baking items. And there you have these beautiful sea creatures made with fondant. using fondant molds. I'm just going to apply these to the cake. I hope you've learned your thing or two. Thanks for staying. Please hit me in the comments if you have any questions about the molds or how to color your fondants, because generally fondants come in white, but there are also colored fondants. But how to get the right tone of fondant or the right shade of color in your fondant. I could take questions on creating cake toppers using the pre-cut design space. This is really beautiful and I like the way it comes to life when all the characters are on the cake. Thank you once again. Please don't forget to like, follow, turn on the notification bell such that when videos like this come online, you get notified as soon as possible. Thank you.